Wait, you got to do the did it,
Finger guns?
no, you did the fucking drum roll last time. Yeah, there you go, there you go.
Yeah, we need a real guitar player or something. That's Hello and welcome back to the Double Fault Podcast, a sports gambling podcast aimed at giving you the edge on all things tennis betting. My name is Ben, and I'm back with my one co-host today, Vic, to cover how we did in the Australian Open and looking forward to ATP Montpellier. Vic, real quick, how'd you end up after the finals last night?
Oh man, if Medvedev would have won, it would have been a nice little treat. But no, I had 12 futures going into the tournament. One of them won, so that was nice. Minus 9 units on the futures. I had Medvedev plus 1,000 and a half unit at plus 1,200. If he would have finished out the final, I would have finished out positive for the futures. And then for my daily bets, finished up 1 unit. So nothing to write home about. I was a Medvedev set away from, a pretty good tournament. Something to feel happy about. Uh
Yeah.
instead instead it's ramen noodles for the week, but that's what happens
Hey,
sometimes.
that's how we survive in advance, right?
Yeah.
Just move on, put it in the past. Um,
Yeah, it's
I did all
last
right.
fiscal year. The new fiscal year starts February 1st, so it's totally clean slate.
Yeah, clear the books. We're looking at a new fiscal year. I love it. Um, if it makes you feel any better, the first podcast we did and the futures I put out there, none of them won. There was only four. I kept it a little leaner than you did. They all lost, but I did in episode two. I had a couple updated futures. I picked Sinner and Sabalenka both to win. I should have parlayed them, but those cash out for me big. Sinner plus 400, Sabalenka plus 210, 1 unit each. They were just they passed the eye test after the first 3, 4 rounds of the tournament. So I couldn't pass them up. Otherwise, I got crushed in the first half. Rounds 1 through 3 just murdered me on the just individual matchups. The quarterfinals and on though, I started hitting props. I started hitting uh, just smarter plays, I think. And man, did it save me. I ended up after being down around 9 units at one point. I ended the tournament plus 5.1 units. So I'm not complaining. Like I said, those futures really helped get me there. Medi helped get me there. Sinner absolutely helped get me there.
Yeah, that was a big one for you.
I had three plays for last night's game, not counting that future. 2 out of 3 hit. I underestimated Medvedev a little too much. I thought he'd only pick up one set, and then watching the match live, I was like, damn, this first set, which he took, he looked really strong, and I thought that would be it for him, but nope, he carried that into the second set really well. Um, what did you think? Did you have the opportunity to watch the match?
No, I didn't watch any of it. I woke up and I saw that Sinner was up like 5-3 in the fifth set. So I was able to get ESPN Plus turned on my iPhone just in time to see him celebrating with his coaches. So that was a great way to wake up to a Sunday morning. Like, oh, let's see if this big future I had cashed. Wake up, nope. And it turns out he blew a 2-set lead. So
Yeah.
good start to the Sunday. No, I didn't catch any of it. I saw from what I read online, like you said, Medvedev was crushing it early and then just kind of faded, which makes sense. Set the record at the Australian Open this year for longest time spent on the court, 24 hours on the court this tournament. So that's a Grand Slam record. So he joked that, hey, at least I'm in the record books for something. Yeah, he just ran out of gas, I guess, at the end. Like, is that what you saw when what you were watching?
Unfortunately, yeah, to an extent. Sinner also came in with some nerves. I think a lot of people were maybe expecting that. Uh, he was Medi was firing on all cylinders. He was hitting everything. He was coming to the net as often as he could, and Sinner wasn't hitting those well placed shots that we saw a lot against Djokovic. Painting the lines, using power with accuracy. Every time Sinner tried to match Medvedev's power, he would just hit it out or hit it wide. it was a little disheartening in the second set, like thinking my future was getting pissed down the drain.
Yeah.
But he turned it around. Medvedev did
Dude, can
start
I
getting
just say
tired.
that's why tennis betting like is something that I've really fallen in love with. Because the swings are so crazy. Like the live
Yeah.
line swing on that must have been nuts. Like you probably could have gotten Sinner like what when he was down the second set, like plus 1,000, plus 2,000. You
No,
know,
this is actually something I want to talk about. The live lines always reflected a Sinner comeback, which was crazy
really,
to watch. Yeah, Vegas knew what they were doing. I think maybe they expected Medi to gas out. Maybe they expected Sinner to just like find his composure again. But he did not get that high. Even down two sets to none, he was just barely over even.
dude, that's crazy to me because when Joker was down the first set to the center, he was plus odds. So
Yeah.
they switched the odds for Djokovic faster than they switched the odds for Sinner. Which yeah, I mean, I think goes to show what you said. Like, yeah, Vegas was expecting a gas out, maybe, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's still some value. Pre-match, Sinner was minus 310 on DraftKings, minus 290, I think, on
Yeah, but
Bovada.
if
I
I
can't.
see a guy down two sets, I'm not gonna go, play even money on that. That's a
Yeah,
crazy.
that I agree. That's not a lot of value there. And
Yeah.
but hey, if that's the kind of better you are, or if you're really hawking those lines and you're seeing that this does not reflect what is happening, like Vegas knows something, they're expecting this to happen. That's good value. That's decent value at least. It's not the value you want. It's not that like huge long shot, but hey, the bookmakers are saying Sinner's going to come back. I'll hit Sinner at even odds. Why not?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Overall, though, it was a really fun tournament. Really great way to start the year. A lot of the big names are going to be taking a little bit of a rest, which is well deserved for some of these guys. Like you just mentioned, Medvedev had the most time on court in Australian Open history, right?
Yeah, Grand Slam history.
Grand Slam history. Whew. Good for him. He's earned the break. Can't help but feel bad for him. You know, he'd like to be resting with that trophy in his lap, but dude's just a dog, and he's fun to watch. You love his personality, and
Yeah.
he just can't couldn't seal the deal up two
Dude, he's
sets
a
to
fun
love.
bet to make. He's a fun bet to make every tournament because he's got that dog in him. So you watching Medvedev's games, like I never feel like I'm out of it when
Right,
I'm got money riding with him. You know what I mean?
right,
Like you don't ever expect that 6-0 fifth set or that 6-0 collapse that
right.
some guys will give you. Like
Yeah,
he's a real dog. Like that's certain tennis players I love it when they have that characteristic. I'll bet them every time.
I agree. Yeah, it's what makes not only watching tennis but betting on tennis a little bit more exciting. Takes it to the next level.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
But now that some of those guys are resting their legs, some of those guys that went deeper in the tournament, at least, we've got a pretty fun tournament up in France, ATP Montpellier, or Montpellier, as Americans will say, including myself. I'm not that much of a dick. Uh, Reigning champ Yannick Sinner will not be making an appearance in this tournament. Like we just said, he's taking some well-deserved time off and enjoying his winnings, I'm sure. Did you get a chance to look at who are kind of the bigger names, Vic, that are going to be playing in Montpellier?
Yeah, so the seeded players we have here, there's 8 seeds in this one. It's a draw of 28. So we've got Holger Rune at the top, followed by Alexander Bublik, then the Canadian FAA. I'm not saying all that. Borna Koric, the Croatian, at 4. Andy Murray at 5. Shevchenko at 6, another Kazakhstani. 7 is Mula, and then 8 is our boy Gael Monfils. As far as the non-seeded guys, Shapovalov, the Canadian Russian guy, you know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
He was in there. Arthur Kaliaks or whatever, the French kid who had the deep run in the
Peugeot.
it was in there. And Martyr, who I liked going to the Australian Open, who got bounced in the first round.
Yep.
He's in there as well. So actually some decent talent with the unseeded players. Up on the other side of the tournament or other side of the bracket, I mean, nothing crazy. Michael Momoa, the random American, and then Flavio Cabali is the only other name that had a good run at the Australian for the unseeded guys.
Also, just a good name in general, Flavio.
Flavio's a
That's
solid name. Solid
yeah.
name. Yeah. I think you've got to have the Mediterranean look to pull that one off, though. You know, you can't be a Nordic looking Flavio. I
Um,
wouldn't wear it. It won't fit.
it'd be weird for sure.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned though, some of these big names that some of these seeded guys are going to be looking to make a bounce back, right? We had some early exits for Holger Rune, Alexander Bublik, your boy from Kazakhstan, Andy Murray, earlier than expected exit from the Australian Open with his loss to Echeverry. Borna Coric, I can't remember. I think he might have had a win, but still, it was either like a first or second round exit for him.
I'm looking it up
So
right now. Yeah,
I
I think
have actually have my
uh,
bracket in front of me. Coric. He lost in the first round to Big Foe, Francis
okay.
Tiafoe. So
That's not an easy draw. You know, that's
no,
no shame
it's
in
it's
that.
not. So some of these guys could be making, could be, they had some time off while they watched the rest of the 14-day tournament pass by. Maybe they're looking to kind of bounce back from those early exits. Any you mentioned some other names as well. Let's start with futures. Anyone you like on the futures lines to win ATP Montpellier?
Yeah, futures lines. I'm gonna have to fire on Bublik plus 500. I definitely think there's a top tier of three guys who are the contenders here. You've got Rune plus 225, Bublik plus 500, and then FAA plus 550. So I think those are the top three guys, obviously the top three seeds. And then actually Guillaume Monfils comes in at fourth at plus 800, but I don't really see any of those second tier guys being able to knock off those three. It's going to be one of those three that wins this one, I think. And I think Bublik. I've just got Bublik over Rune in the final. I think if you take Bublik plus 500, you'll be able to hedge out on the day of the final if you want to get out of there with it. So because he's definitely going to be like what plus 250, plus 200 dog to Rune if they were to meet in the final. So, I think that's where the value is. I'm going with my boy Bublik, repping Kazakhstan, the proud Kazakhstani champion. Let's go.
Yeah, I think that I don't hate your Bublik pick here as much as me and Chris both hated it for the Australian Open. Um, I think Bublik is a guy that can be affected. His game can be affected a lot by the wind, and we saw some decent wind at the Australian Open this year. I think it definitely affected Djokovic in his match against Sinner. I think he's a guy that's affected a little bit more by it, all the same. So the ATP Montpellier is a 250 series event, indoor hard courts. This is a good opportunity for Bublik to bounce back, stay a little bit more focused, a little less affected by the elements. I am I'm liking Andy Murray to make a little bit of a run here at plus 1400. I think there's some decent value there. I think he wants to say make a statement as this could be the last year that we see him. Get it done early, maybe coast out on the rest of the season with at least a title under your belt. I don't think we're going to see. I don't think we're going to see contender performances from him at the rest of the slams this year. But this is a good opportunity. It's a good field for him. His first round matchup is against who did we say? Did we say this already? No, he's
Benoit
Benoit
Paire.
Pere. I think you're right. How do I say his
Benoit
last name?
Paire. It's
It's a
Benoit
good
Paire.
Benoit Perry. Yes, thank you. In Montpellier. It's a good way for him to get his feet, a good matchup for him to get his feet back under him, get that confidence built back up. I just think there's a little bit of value at plus 1400 to win the whole thing. But I mean, realistically, my pick is Holger Rune. He had that early exit, unfortunately, at the tournament. He was one of my futures picks. This is why I say unfortunate. He is my
What round
only
he dropped? Was he
round two.
round two? Who'd he lose to?
He lost to um he lost to Arthur Cajot on that Cinderella run.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah.
And they've got Cash. So maybe, hey, potential rematch there because Cajot's on the other side of the bracket. So they
Yeah,
would
that'd be
meet the
fun.
final.
Cajot plus 1600 to win the tournament. That'd be awesome rematch. Good way to get a little revenge too if you're Holger Rune. So I think he's got that little extra motivation here. Maybe looked a little definitely an underperformance, but maybe he's feeling like he has a little bit of a bad image right now. Not like on a personal side, just like his game wise. So plus 225 Holger Rune. I'll put a unit on that to win the tournament. I like that a lot. Let's talk about individual matchups though, round one. So we already touched on Andy Murray and Benoit Perry. I don't see as far as that matchup goes, Murray's minus 350. 22 games is the total and -4 on the spread. I don't honestly, I can see Perret keeping this closer than that. So maybe if you like it to be a close match, +4 is not a bad option there. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to touch this one. I don't really care to watch it. I just hope Murray moves on.
I just assume that Andy Murray is going to win that one. Like
Yeah,
yeah, I just assume he's going to win -3. Yeah, -350, -310, whatever he's at. There's no value there, right? Like,
right,
assume he's
right.
going to win, but why would I bet that? Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. And a good thing to just remind the viewers of, this is being an ATP 250 series event. We're back to best of threes. So this is not a best of 5 event. If you're thinking about that low total, a seemingly low total compared to what we're just seeing between 30 and 40 games totals for the Australian Open. Expect around 20 to 28 maybe is like the range you'll see of total games for these matchups, depending on who's playing. These round ones are going to be on the lower end of that because of the seeding differences. So, what other matchups are standing out to you, Vic?
Um, the most interesting one to me is Maximilian Martyr versus Arthur Cajot, or however you say it,
That's right.
Kazao.
No, Kajot. You're doing the Kazowix.
Because Alex, the Frenchman. All right, Maximilian Martyr versus Arthur Cajot. I mean, Cajot did just have a great run, but like -205 is what it's at DraftKings. I don't know if Bovada's got a different juice on it, but that seems like a pretty high number to me. I think Martyr might, stun him here, bring him back down to earth a little bit. So that's where that's that one matchup where I think there's actual good value in the opening day is Martyr +160. I already lost money on him in the Australian Open in day one, so I'm doubling down on my belief in this German fella. So yeah, Martyr +160 for me.
All right. I agree. I think that there's a little bit of bias built into this line for Cajot. He did have an amazing performance. I think that Martyr is going to be a little bit more prepared than maybe some guys were. He's going to come in. Hopefully, he comes in with a better game plan. But I agree. I think there's some value on the money line here. Just for the record, Bovada has Martyr at +175 and Cajot at -215 on the money line.
Yeah, +175, definitely. I'm +175. That's definitely worth a unit to me. Just psychologically thinking about it, like this kid's coming off a high. Like, this is a letdown spot. This is 100% a letdown spot for him. So
Hopefully, we see a fun matchup at least. It's always fun to watch up and coming talent. So, like, it'd be cool to see him make a run. But for your sake, um, for your bankroll's sake, hopefully we can
the
start this one off
mortgage,
with a
yeah,
win.
for the cheese fries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm looking
Get
at
yourself some books. Apaches of New York on sale now. If you're a fan of The
go.
Godfather, if you're The Sopranos, check it out.
Let's go.
True story of New York's first mafia family. All right, sell some books. Refresh my bankroll.
I've got a couple matchups that I like. The first one I'm looking at is Benjamin Bonzi and Michael Mmoh. I like Bonzi here. I think we're getting a little bit of value on the -2 games. Michael Mmoh just has not looked in form. He didn't do well in the qualifiers in the Australian Open. Bonzi, meanwhile, he had some strong moments in the early rounds that he actually got to play. So -2 games seems reasonable to me. I think he takes this one in straight sets, and I see him breaking Mmoh a couple times at least. Well, obviously to beat him, but well, yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I got your meaning. Okay.
Minus two
Okay.
games. If you want to play it a little safer, a little chalkier, minus 155 on the money line for Bonzi is a pretty safe play if you ask me. It's implied odds of um around like 67%, 65%. So
Okay.
yeah.
How do you do at the Australian? I'm trying to look it up, but the ATP website doesn't have everything after Auckland. Pathetic. They don't even have ATP.com. You got to go to ATPtour.com. You know what I mean? Like,
Wait, what? Really?
yeah, I'm serious. What a trash organization. How,
They need a better internet guy. They need a social media guy. Just like I don't even know what you call the role of the guy that manages the tools, the online tools. Where is Bonzi on here? Oh, there he is. You know what? He lost in the first round to Musetti, the Italian.
okay, I mean that's not a bad loss. Musetti's a top 30 guy, so that's not a bad loss. But
Y- Yeah.
okay,
But I like him here again. This is more of a bet against Mo. I don't
again,
like the way that he's
Michael
playing.
Momo. I don't like how he
Yeah,
spells his name.
Mo.
Yeah, the double M at the front. Double consonant at the front? No, no, sir.
He's American though, so we can't talk too much shit on him.
That's true. That's true.
Uh, the other the other matchup I was looking at was you brought him up before, Denis Shapovalov. He's playing Hugo Gaston. I think that we're getting a little bit of value here because I don't think this is right. I think that Gaston is getting a little bit of grace being a Frenchman. The French love to highlight how like whenever a Frenchman wins a tournament in France, and I think that Shapovalov is a better player overall than Gaston, and at minus 130 on the money line, that's pretty decent value. I'm pulling up their head-to-head now.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Where are you looking at his tour results?
His tour results.
Yeah, like where are you looking at his record? Like what website?
Oh, I'm on SofaScore right now. They have not played before, so this will be the first matchup. I can what kind of
How do you do in the Australian? What's his most recent? What happened most recently with him?
Shapovalov?
Yeah.
I don't.
He got hurt last year, right? Didn't
Yeah,
he?
he had some time off last year for sure.
So did he play in the Australian Open, or is this his first one back?
He did. He lost to Mensik in the first round.
Menzies.
Yeah, I think he's Czech. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But yeah, he lost in straight sets in the first round. Gaston did not play. He didn't qualify for the Australian Open. This will be his first match of the year, actually, for Gaston. So we could
Oh, he retired against Menzies.
in the third set.
Did he retire, or am I
I
looking
don't
at the score
I don't
sheet?
think so. I don't recall him retiring. I
Oh
think he
no,
just lost in straight sets.
yeah, he lost in straight sets. Okay.
This will be Gaston's first tournament of the year. Oh, sorry, first match of the year. He was supposed to play in France. Let's see, last week, I think. What's today? Just a few days ago, and the match was canceled.
Okay, so
So
neither guy is at top form right now.
agreed.
Okay. All
But
right.
I like that. I like that Shapovalov had a match under his belt. He's got a few. He's got a few that he's played already this year,
He played in
and
Auckland. Yeah.
yeah, he played in Auckland. He played in Australia, and now he's hopefully getting he's back in the Northern Hemisphere with his feet under him. I think the angle with the homers, the value on the hometown Frenchman is a factor here as well. I'm gonna put a unit on Shapovalov at minus 130 on the money line.
Okay. I don't hate it. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
So those are my two first round picks. Again, I'll put a unit on Holger Rune to win. I'll probably put a half unit on Andy Murray to win, just for funsies. Maybe if I'm feeling spicy, put the other half unit on Kajou, but I don't really want to bet against you on this one because I think he'll come back down to earth for sure.
Yeah, I think he's going to come back down to earth. Oh, it would be nice if he, like, from the sake of the tournament, he'd play FAA next center, which would be a good test. And then if he made it through that, he would line up with Bublik, which would be another good test. So, we definitely see if he's for real pretty quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He would not
definitely.
be playing bums to make it to finals. He'd have a tough path.
Um, hey, I'm always rooting for your boy Bublik. We love boobies on this podcast,
That's
and
right.
we also apparently love Kazakhstan. So ignore all the haters that say all the Russians just say they're from Kazakhstan when they're actually not. He's a real guy. He's a real one.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. And people who hate on Kazakhstan just they demonstrate their own weakness and the fear of greatness. That's all it is. I'm pulling up the Kazakhstani national anthem to take us out into the week. So
Thank you. Yeah, have that ready to go.
yeah.
Anything else you like? Any that caught your eye at Montpellier before we move on to just mentioning the WTA events going on?
Uh no, nothing else on Montpelier for me. Yeah, let's get to these two WTA events we've got. So the first one is in Linz, and I believe that they're both 250s, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we've got the first one in Linz and the Upper Austria Ladies Linz. Top seed is Helena Ostapenko. Second seed is Elektrina Alexandrov, and then third seed's Donna Vekic. Fourth seed's Elise Mertens. Um, I'm not familiar enough with any of these girls to bet on them. So nothing here for me, nothing to add on this one.
Yeah, same. I'm just not interested in watching any of these matchups. I don't think it's a exciting tournament. The names aren't doing it for me. I'm probably going to stay away from this one, but hey, if WTA is really your thing, then let us know, and maybe we can dig into a little more of exploring the angles here to see if there's any value. But I'm not seeing any, just at like face value.
Yeah, definitely agree. Um, okay, and then the other women's we have is a 2024 Thailand Open. And that is called the Shiwa Yin Open on my sports book. So don't know, but it's in Thailand.
I
I
think
don't
if it
know.
went to Thailand, they'd pronounce it something like Joaquin.
They all speak English over there. I've been to
That's
Thailand.
true. You have, yeah. You're more of an expert than I am, actually.
Yeah, you can rent jet skis for like an hour for like 20 bucks. Is pretty dope. I have a lot of great time.
Didn't you
Great.
pet a drugged up tiger too?
I did pet a drugged up tiger. It was kind of fucked up, but petting the baby tiger was cool. Petting the adult tiger was like terrifying, and it could. I've never seen a tiger that close. It's like it could definitely just kill everyone. Like if you annoyed it.
It just
I'm
exudes
like, what's
power, kind of like Bublik.
Yeah, exactly. Bublik. There you go. There you go. The tiger Bublik. But yes, the Thailand Open, we've got Paula Badosa is actually the betting favorite, unseeded in this one, but plus 400. And then Lin Zhu is plus 600, Jinyu Wang plus 800, and then the Kazakhstani Yula Petseneva plus 1,000 are the top four seeds. So um, I made some money betting on Badosa in the Australian Open, so I'm just going to keep firing on that one. Paula Badosa plus 400 for me. So that's the only thing I've got in that one.
That's good value. I might actually ask you to place a bet for me. I'm only seeing Paulo Badosa plus 300 on Bovada, so
Okay,
I think
still
you're getting a good
no
number.
the favorite, and when she's unseeded is just shows what a good tournament she had in the Australian Open. Like she's definitely back. Like if she's in form, I think she's going to have a good week.
Yeah, agreed. She's got this being a Thailand tournament, you see a lot of Asian country representation, but she'll have to go through a few of those competitors in order to make it there. But I agree with you. She looked way better. I think she was dealing with some injuries last year as well, if I recall, and a little bit of drama with her relationship with Tsitsipas. being in the
Yeah,
news.
yeah.
Uh, I think there was some extenuating circumstances around that relationship that might have been weighing down on her a little bit. So I agree. She looked great at the Australian Open. It's a shame we didn't see her make a little bit more of a run. So you
Who'd
could
she
have,
lose to? She made it to the third round, I think, right? Yeah, because I won twice on her and she lost in the third round.
right. I do remember you cashing in a couple times on her, but you did lose. You thought she'd go a little bit further, right? She lost to
Oh,
Para.
Anisimova.
Wait, what?
Anisimova, the
Oh,
girl from
Anisimova. Yes, right.
Anisimova. Yeah. Okay, I
Okay,
watched
I'm
that.
looking at the
That was
wrong
a good
thing.
game. Yeah, that was back and forth. That was back and forth. And Anisimova had a good tournament. So, no shame in that. She didn't go down to nobody. So,
Yeah, agreed. Anisimova did have a great tournament. She went down to Sabalenka, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she did.
yeah,
And uh, unfortunately, also took out your girl Badosa, but she's back. She's in France, closer to home, her home country of Spain.
she's in Thailand.
Yeah, what am I talking about? I'm looking at her flag. I'm looking at the flag next to her name right now. I'm such an idiot. Which is the Spanish flag, and I'm thinking about ATP Montpellier. I have the Montpellier flag open still. Tab open still on my computer in front of me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll cut that out.
No, no, leave that in. Leave that in.
Yeah,
That's
it's
important.
endearing, right?
It's
We're
in
all
color.
human.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I don't plan on looking too closely at any of these, at least any of these early round matchups. It would be fun to see some matchups later on down the road, maybe between like Bedosa and uh Putin, like you said.
Putin Seva can ball. She is on it as well. I'm telling you, these Kazakhstanis, they come out ready to go. Like definitely, she would meet Badosa in the semifinal if they win out.
That'd be
Um,
awesome.
yeah,
What about Magda Linette? Where's she at in the bracket?
she's got the one seed.
Really?
Yeah, she's the one seed, and she's not even in the top four for favorites, which just shows these numbers are definitely very biased on recency bias is a real thing here.
Yeah, but Lynette, she's had a few performances. She's hasn't performed so well. She's only picked up one set in her last one, two, three, four matches. She lost to Wozniacki in the Australian Open. She lost to Alexandrova in Adelaide, and she lost to Kasatkina in Brisbane. So not a great start to the year. She's got the one seed though. Maybe this is her opportunity to bounce back. We'll see. If you do like that prospect, you can grab her on Bovada. The future is plus 1400.
All right, there you go. Plus 1400. That'll pay some bills, if you're chasing it. If
If
you
you're
need that fixed.
maybe your electricity bill, if you put like $50 on it,
Yeah.
and you're using as much electricity as we do, at least.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go out tonight for food. I'm gonna take this money and put it on Lynette, and then next month I'm just not cooking at all.
I'll eat when I'm a winner.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I've got. Honestly, I'm more excited about the ATP event and seeing some of these guys we didn't get to see a lot of in Australia, in a little bit more of a competitive environment for them. So that's all I've got right now, though. Vic, anything else you want to chat about?
No, no, just the Kazakhstani national anthem to take us out. So
All right, cool. Real quick though, we've got football starting here in a couple minutes. You got any fun side bets for the fans? Oh, I can't hear it. Is it playing?
you can't hear it?
No, the threshold's probably too
Oh
low.
wait, oh man, it won't play. I gotta do some we'll play it next time. We'll play it
Call
next
up your
time.
contact at the embassy. Get it in vinyl or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I'll talk to the embassy. I messed that up. Next time. Next time we'll listen to the Kazakhstani national anthem.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. Until next time, though. Oh, wait. I said, do you want to give the fans any fun picks for football starting in a few minutes here?
Oh,
They're not
I
going to
got
see this episode in time, but
yeah, they're not going to see it in time. But I have KC -3 on the alt line, which is like plus 300, and Detroit plus 3.5 on the alt line, which is like plus 160 or something like that.
I
So
like that.
playing around with the alt lines a little bit. I think they're going to be good games, but I've got the Swifties and the Niners in the championship.
I'm looking at Lions Ravens, so we are diametrically opposed here.
I would love it if the Lions win. I'm rooting for the Lions, and that's why I brought the points down on them because I think they're going to lose with a heartbreaking field goal or some shit like
Ooh,
that.
that's brutal. That I like this. I like the angle though. I might follow you on that. Um, yeah, like I said, I'm looking at a Lions and Ravens Super Bowl. Let's get it done. Until then, though, enjoy the game. Look forward to the next episode when we can send you off with the Kazakhstani anthem. Enjoy ATP and Montpellier, Joaquin and Linz, and we'll catch you all next time.
Double guns.
Double guns, finger guns, and maybe Chris will be back too. All right, take
Yeah.
care.